Hello Wireshark community and hello SharkFest 2022. I am Remco de Roy, I work for Allegro Packets and we are one of the main sponsors of this year's edition of SharkFest. For those of you who do not already know about Allegro Packets, I will be happy to now give you a brief introduction about our company. Allegro Packets is a German-based company and vendor founded and started in 2014. We bring a packet-based network performance analysis and troubleshooting solution into the market. Allegro Packets have developed a solution that is greatly empowering network professionals and enabling them to do significantly more in less time. With Allegro Network Multimeter, as our solution is called, real-time network traffic and/or imported PCAPs are analyzed and displayed in clearly structured dashboards and statistics pages. Fast, intuitively and according to the layer 2 to layer 7 OSI structure. Network performance issues can easily be identified and any traffic, protocol or connection can be selectively extracted as a pre-filtered PCAP for last mile analysis with Wireshark or even with our built-in WebShark. Now, already Allegro Packets is greatly adopted and heavily used for protocol analysis and network troubleshooting by numerous end users in the SMB, enterprise and leading service providers around the world. The main reasons for our success are unrivaled cost to performance and functionality ratio, unrivaled support and active development. We have a channel partner and customer first mentality. To Allegro Packets, nothing is more important than a satisfied customer.
Hello Remco. First of all, I would like to thank Allegro Packets for sponsoring SharkFest this year. We have been in touch recently, so I know a little bit about your network multimeter, but of course there's much more to learn, especially for the people new to Allegro Packets and the network multimeter. Can you tell me a bit more about the history of Allegro Packets? What was the problem that you wanted to solve when the network multimeter was initially developed?
Well, at the time we identified that there was an absence in the market really with regards to well-designed, well-supported and cost-effective packet-based solutions to really aid network professionals in their endeavors resolving network performance issues. Now, while Wireshark is the de facto standard for packet analysis, it obviously was never designed to process large PCAP files, nor to provide trending or graphical visibility into live networks. This is where Allegro Packets comes in as a companion to Wireshark, so to say. Allegro Packets provides trending and graphical visibility into live networks or important PCAP files from layer 2 right down to layer 7, up to the handshake level. So the solution then allows you to extract pre-filtered packets of interest for last mile analysis in Wireshark. Basically, and to summarize, Allegro Packets in a couple of ways cuts down the time spent in Wireshark, which should be considered a good thing. Again, all this while being a well-designed, well-supported and cost-effective solution.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, you wanted to create a tool that helps people in troubleshooting. For people who work a lot with Wireshark, what are the features of the network multimeter that would help them the most?
That's a good question, Sake. And there are multiple points in which we can really provide value support for Wireshark and our network professionals. So to start with the first one, it is, we really are a purpose-built solution for network analysis and packet capturing. We are unique in the fact that we have a portfolio from ultra portables and 10G portables, 40 gig portables, right up to 4U data center appliances. to really provide visibility from layer 2 to layer 7 in a graphical user interface, and provides accurate packet capturing, again in a purpose-built solution. So we do not have any restrictions when it comes to missing a packet, so to say. So touching on that is that like that very easy one-click access to a pre-filtered PCAPs, and that would also work back in time. So we talked about that in-memory database, where we get all that that data and we put it in a database, and that effectively translates into our web interface. But in parallel, all these Allegros, they have storage devices built in, which we call a ring buffer, and that records the raw network traffic, so the packets, and as they are being recorded, that then gives you the possibility to click on download buttons in the web interface to even back in time or retroactively get to a PCAP from a certain protocol, from a specific connection that you want to investigate. Another scenario might be, an engineer or a network professional, that have to move around and they have a lot of jobs and things that need to be taken care of. So if you have a dedicated tool that you can send out to a remote branch office, or if you're a service provider, you can send out to your customers, have it placed there, and have it to be like remote accessible. All of our units are remote accessible, and it's just so easy that wherever you are, you can log into the box. You can do your graphical analysis in the web interface, and also from remote get to a PCAP if you need that, and if you are allowed to do so. So building on that is that that PCAP that you want is that as we call it, easy one-click access to pre-filtered PCAPs, and that would also work back in time. So in our Allegro network multimeters, there's also built-in HDDs or high-performance SSDs that really record the network traffic continuously in a first in, first out kind of way, and that allows them to always get to pre-filtered packets of interest, also back in time or retroactively, how you want to call it. And lastly but not least, how we are a value to Wireshark users and network professionals is that just working with large PCAP files alone is, as we talked about before, is a challenge for everyone. It doesn't matter how expert you are in Wireshark. You just, you lose your helicopter view, and if you zoom into a specific problematic connection, you do not know what's going on other sides of the network or with other protocols during the same time. So also in the Allegros, in the hardware units or in our VM, you can import large PCAP files, again for graphical display, allowing much more easier root cause analysis.
Of course, there are also other products in the market that provide solutions for network troubleshooting. For an analyst, what would be the advantage of using the network millimeter compared to similar solutions in the market?
First of all, that has to be our in-memory database approach, where metadata and statistics are extracted in real time from network traffic and then become immediately available and navigable in our super responsive web interface. Customers are absolutely blown away by the speed at which they can click through, drill down and out throughout the Allegro Packets web interface. Other things being considered top features and benefits by our customers are the overall level of functionality and the maturity of the solution as a whole. Allegro network multimeters offer so many ways to customize the display and the recording of various network traffic. So the level of detail and troubleshootability for protocols, again, like VoIP, SIP-based VoIP, RTP, Profinet, it's all there, and many, many more. It's all so well received and really working well for our end users.
Well, thanks a lot for taking the time and for your information. I'm looking forward to meet you at Allegro Packets at their sponsor booth at SharkFest.